just not as fluent as we would like to be against a team like Seattle. We wanted to move the ball. We wanted to make sure that we were in position to continue to move it.
On the other end, Kelsey, who had 3 points on Thursday night against Seattle on Friday, she turned around and had another 20-point performance tonight. What did you feel like she did better in this game?
Well, she just paid attention to detail. I mean, Kelsey is a dynamic shooter. She's a dynamic scorer. So one of the things that she focuses on is leading our team and definitely being in a situation where, we can look to her for a basket. But for the most part, it didn't matter because it didn't result in a win. And I know she's upset about that piece because everything she does, she's trying to make sure that she wins for our ball club.
Storm had 16 second chance points. Was Queen's absence something you felt like led to that, or was it something else?
Well, Queen definitely would have helped out in that area. She's a huge presence for us down low. She protects the rim and she rebounds at a high level. So that was definitely one of those things that, we could have used in her game. But obviously we didn't have her.
Not only is the team on this 5-game losing streak, but they've all been by double digits. What do you feel like has just gone so wrong for you guys not even being competing in some of these games?
I think it's the ability to compete for 40 minutes. Schemes and defensive schemes and offensive sets and those type of things that come down to the wire. I think we need to stay more engaged the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. I think we compete for a certain amount of time. And, sometimes it comes with a young team.
Seattle pulled away in the last couple minutes of the third quarter. Is that what goes into kind of weathering the storm there, not letting those bigger runs escalate?
Absolutely, yes. So try your best to call a timeout, try to gather them, get them back in order. But for the most part, when you got dynamic players on other teams that are able to sniff out leads and sniff out different things, it becomes difficult at times. So just looking to get better and continue to grow as a team.
Stewart didn't dominate quite as much as she did Friday. Did you do anything differently on her defensively?
Not at all. No, we wanted to make her uncomfortable. We wanted to try to contest every shot at a high level with her, and we wanted to make sure that we were just engaged defensively, and we had a few breakdowns.
And Emily getting starts, what did you see from her?
Oh, I love Emily. Emily, she's not used to starting, especially on the WNBA level, but she brings us a spark off the bench that's tremendous, and we love her.
You turned to Bria a lot more today. I know you have a lot of young guards in the mix. It makes it hard to play her every day, but it seems like she was helping you guys a lot. How difficult is it to get her the type of minutes that you want to get her every game?
Well, it's difficult because obviously we have Kelsey and Tori that are very heavy minute players for us in that position. So we wanted to make sure that we at least brought in someone with Lexi being injured and not able to play today. We just wanted to make sure that we got in a situation where someone could help us. And we felt like she was able to come in and give us some minutes.
And you've seen different coverages now that teams are way more up on her because her 3 balls been falling. How have you seen her adapt to that, and how can you get her kind of more engaged in the offense when she is pressured so much farther from the basket?
I'm sorry, who did you say?
Destiny Henderson.
Oh, okay. Yes. So Henny, again, she's learning. She's learning how to flow into the WNBA game. She's doing a great job of listening and focusing and absorbing some things, but obviously the pace, the speed of reading situations. She's going to continue to get better at that. So sometimes it stagnates her game because of that, but for the most part, she's a hard worker, so she'll get it.
Charles plays well against everybody, but 2 sets of big games against you guys this season. Is there something about post center specifically that's tough for your team? It seems like they've had a lot of success against you guys recently.
Well, I just think they're physical and they're dominant with their strength. And just learning how to play against post players in the W is going to be an experience. It is. So, we try our best to get, the effort from our bigs that we can get. We try to bring doubles, but then, you're dealing with rotation issues. So we have to make sure that we consistently pay attention to the game plan and just continue to get better.
Deion, got anything? tough break for Kelsey. As far as being an all-star, you have a little bit of experience as far as now being over this conversation with her, and what give you a positive material to take it in this move.
Well, first of all, Kelsey is a dynamic player, dynamic scorer. Her work ethic is second to none. She's always in the gym. She's always engaged, watching film. So it's no question, hands down, that she's an all-star in this league. It's no question. Now, it was very surprising to us and our organization for sure, but we just took it in stride and we talked. I talked to her as a mentor, as a coach, and she had some tough moments. She did, but she was able to bounce back and play the game, and that's what her makeup is. That's her DNA. To answer your question about the positives in our team is still obviously a young team, but they are very attentive and enthusiastic. So we are going to be okay. Everyone knows that, when you lose a few, a lot of things can happen. A lot of things go south as far as your mentality. So my job as the head coach of this ball team is to make sure that everyone stays focused and they understand the task at hand. And that's very important. And sometimes you can lose sight of that during losing streaks.
You're off, guys.
I know you're fresh off that game, D-Rob, but you played against Sue a ton in your career. Do you have any favorite moments going against her? Anything you remember that stands out?
Played against her? I can't think of anything in particular. I mean, the thing that comes to mind is just that year that she broke her nose and, watching her just lead that team. I think that's just the epitome of her career. She's always making plays, always leading, and just been a great example, for me, obviously, in this league, trying to lead that way, trying to will teams to win. But yeah, just, it was crazy farewell. Honestly, like thinking back, like, dang, she's really done. But just honored to have played against her.
Tonight specifically, her and that team found a groove at the end of the third quarter. What did they kind of figure out, or what did you guys stop figuring out that allowed them to go in that big round?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of things. We didn't have a lot of poise at that time. We were taking quick shots and they were just running it back. Obviously, their chemistry is something that you can't really scout. They just play off each other really, really well. And so, like I said, we were taking a little bit of quick shots, not really getting into our offense, and they were capitalizing on that.
Where have you seen growth from Kayla since she joined you guys? She got in a few games in a row now and sets a nice rim attacks in it.
Yeah, just her confidence and, really learning the system, learning other players on this team. And that's what it's about, coming in and doing what you can with the minutes that you're given. And I think she's done a good job of that.
You said kind of lost your poise. What do you have to do to gain that poise? How can you use that moving forward?
Yeah, that's been the story of this season. But really, there just has to be another level that we get to. Another level of confidence, another level of trust with each other, and recognizing that when we do it right, we get good things out of it. So just trusting that.
All 5 of the games during this losing streak have been losses by double digits. During a time like this, as a leader, how do you just keep the team around, the team spirits in a high, or at least decent place?
Well, the schedule, we don't have time to dwell on the last one. We got to keep moving forward. We have another great team coming in on Thursday. And so it's not about, obviously we watch film, we try and correct mistakes. I think the schedule, you just got to keep moving on. And that's just, the season, nothing's out of reach. We know that when we have good first halves, we just got to carry that into second halves. And so that's where we got to continue to grow in those areas.
Thank you.
Fire away with questions.
Also, I'll ask about the game in a second, but last time Stuber will play in Indiana, what's it like just going against them?
Watching in the making, obviously a GOAT. I called so many times at USA, being like 17, 18, 19, like learning from her and other good guards, and to kind of see her kind of make her way out. I would just say that I'm grateful to have manifested that energy and be able to learn as much as I can and soak up as much information as I possibly can. I've never seen a person so poised and patient at all times. And I think that's the one thing that's so great about her. So I'll be happy to see her go. As far as like competing, no, I'm joking, but it's hard to put in words. I wish her the best, and I think retirement will really, really good on her. She deserves it.
That Storm defense is so strong.
Yeah.
They held you to 3 last weekend, but 21 today.
Yeah.
What makes them so hard to crack? How can you guys
Their length.
against
The length is crazy. You gotta think. You got Gabby Williams, who's a guard, but her wingspan is crazy. As if she's like 6'4", 6'5". So you just gotta be mindful of stuff like that. And you actually have to game plan. You gotta go watch film. You gotta be ready.
What do you think of Bria getting more minutes tonight? How does she help you guys when she is able to get out there a little more?
Bria's a vet, and because she's a vet, she adds a different dynamic as far as like seeing the game. She always gives me pointers like, "Hey, Kelsey, if they do this, do that. If they do that, then curl." She's one of those masterminds as far as like been around a while, been on a championship team, so she knows what it takes.
Better game for you personally, even though another loss. What was the difference for you between tonight and last night with Seattle?
A combination of things. Routine was messed up off the floor. Not sleeping. It's not sleeping. Just a lot of like stuff that out of sort. Very uncharacteristic. And then on the floor, just very uncharacteristic turnovers. I think Coach Los, he's a player first coach, and he understood what it takes to play against that team. And he saw that I wasn't ready, so he sat me and. It gave me time to kind of like recognize, where I needed to be. And I think, I don't know about you guys, but I think I bounced back a little better. So I was proud of the second chance, to kind of get it right.
How was the routine different?
Not sleeping, man. I usually get like a 2-hour nap. I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned. Food, I couldn't really get the right protein that I needed. DoorDash wasn't good to me. They came 2 and 3 hours late. It was just a lot of like stuff that, and not that it's an excuse, but it would have helped to, plan better in order to plan for a team like that. And I don't think I prepared myself the right way.
How were you guys affected by Queen not being with the team, being in health and safety protocols?
Energy. Like the one thing about Queen that we always love about her is that she's gonna speak her mind without trying to be rude to anybody, and she's gonna bring energy. And I think we needed that today. We needed that push. We needed that pick me up. And, on the floor, we needed that bounce. She got a certain bounce to her. She's aggressive. She can go get boards from anywhere. We miss her. We just hope that, she gets better as far as like, the health part. We look forward to having her back after break, I guess.
I asked D-Rob about this, but as a leader, how do you kind of help to keep the team morale high, to keep everybody positive while you're losing these games by double digits?
Man, I'll be honest with y'all. Like it's hard, man. It's hard as hell. Like it's like as a competitor and a person that wants to, be in that elite conversation. It's hard. It's hard, and all we can do individually is find it in yourself and figure out what you plan for, and collectively take that and put it together. I can't really tell you, man. It's tough. It's blood, sweat, and tears. It's a lot of tears for me individually about how to like get through this season, and hopefully we can keep making a run at it. But I can't even lie to you. I can't tell you. It's hard right now, man. It's real hard.
Dion, got anything?
Good game tonight. Once again, top 5 scorer in the league all season. I don't want to go back to it, but we got to talk about this one time. Yeah. But then there also a game we were sure he was going to be in.
Yeah.
And then, there's a few players that didn't get in as well that can be talked about. You obviously it took a second for you to recruit. A disappointment, but now you're moving forward. You got a good night tonight. What's the focus for you going forward? And is there any comment you're coming
Yeah.
regarding it? I mean, you really have had a great season. Also,
honestly, man, no. I don't got no ill will towards, the association, the league. The decision was made. I've always, I always stood on my work and my foundational work, so I'm gonna stick to that. They made the decision, and the people that made it, congratulations, and all I could do is move on. I won't lie like I wasn't hurt. I won't lie like, I feel like, I should have been a part of the conversation, but I wasn't. So you chalk it up for what it is. It won't be the first time, won't be the last, that you're not a part of something. So For me, I just kind of picked myself up. I leaned on my family and my teammates and kind of moved on. I don't really care to comment on it because the decision I already made. So it's just time to move on, man. It's time to move on. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.